To understand the concept of proportionality, let's have a look at a simple example. Let's say we went to the market to buy some apples. So apples at the market are sold at the price of €3 per 1 kilogram. Let's say we decided to buy 1 kilo of apples. And in this case, we're going to pay €3. If we're going to buy more, like 2 kilos, we're going to pay €6. And let's say you decided to buy so much apples so that you can share with the friends as well. So you decided to buy a big package which weighs 4 kilos, and in this case you're going to pay €12. Looking at these examples, you clearly see the pattern. So if we have X kilos of apples, then Y, let's say Y is the price we pay, then we can express this relation, price of apples with its weight, as following. Since the ratio of price to weight is constant, we can say that both values are proportional. This is a proportionality equation where y is total cost of apples, x is amount of apples we wanted to buy, and k is a proportionality factor, which is in our case price per 1 kilo. We can also rewrite it as the following. In order to find out the total cost, we need to multiply price per 1 kilo to amount of apples we want to buy. And price per 1 kilo in our example was equal to €3. As you can see here, as amount of kilos is increasing, total cost will also increase. And this kind of relation is constant, and it is called direct proportionality. If y is proportional to x, then x is also proportional to y. To make things more clear, let's solve an example. So there is a container that can hold up to 600 liters of water, and it was left under an open tap, and that can fill it in 12 minutes in total. So how much water there is in container after 9 minutes? So if we look at this problem, we can see that its fill amount is obviously proportional to the time the tap is open. I will show you two methods of how we can solve this problem. The first method is called rule of 3. Here and further, sometimes I will use this sign, which means corresponds to, so that you will not be confused. First of all, rule of 3. So 12 minutes correspond to 600 liters. So to find out how many liters of water flows in 1 minute, we can divide 600 liters to 12 and find out that 50 liters corresponds to 1 minute. And from here, it's logical that 9 minutes corresponds to 50 liters multiplied to 9, which is 450 liters. So this is the answer for our first methods, which is rule of 3. There is a second method that we can find out the same answer by using proportionality equation. So if you remember, proportionality equation is y equals k multiplied to x. So k is a coefficient, which was in the first example that we saw, amount of price per 1 kilo. In this case, it will be amount of water that flows in 1 minute, which is 600 divided to 12. And x is amount of minutes that we have, which is 9. So We can rewrite it into our proportionality equation x 600 divided to 12 multiplied by 9, which is also will be 450. So we can rewrite our proportionality equation as following, and the result will be 450, the same as in the first method. So in the previous example, we saw that in direct proportionality, k, which is factor, is constant. But there are some situations when k is not constant. This relation is called inverse proportionality. In this case, we say y is inverse proportional to x. An inverse proportionality equation looks like this. It might seem a bit complicated, but trust me, it will get clear after we see another example. Let's imagine there is a field that has 4,250 square meters in area. It takes 2 lawnmowers, in total 6 hours. So we want to find out how long it will take 3 lawnmowers. So in this case, we have the same field, and time is inversely proportional to the number of lawnmowers. Since the area here is constant, by increasing x, the k will not stay constant. K will not be constant because by increasing x, y will decrease, which means the more lawnmowers we add, the less time it will take to finish this area. So this situation is inverse proportional. Again, as in previous example, we will see 2 different methods how to solve this problem. So first, again, rule of 3. So first step, we can see that with 2 lawnmowers, we need 6 hours. Then it means that 1 lawnmower, we will need double the time, which is 12 hours. So it means for 3 lawnmowers, we will need 12 hours divided by 3, 4 hours. The second method will be by using inverse proportionality equation. So inverse proportionality equation looks like this. K is a factor that shows us how many hours we need 1 lawnmower to finish the job. We can find it through multiplying 6 hours into the 2, which equals to 12 hours. And then we will just put it into our equation and we'll find y as 4 hours. And that's it. Now we will move to the third part of our chapter.